Hey guys! Valerie here! Welcome back to my YouTube channel! Finally, nagkaroon na din tayo ng oras to make a new vlog. So, for yung aso ko. Wait lang. So, for this vlog, I am going to share with you kung paano namin ni-register yung relationship namin. Mga first few steps na ginawa namin. So, number 1 was to register our relationship. So, this video, i-share ko sa inyo yung timeline leading to paano namin ni-lodge yung partner visa application. Let's go! So, alam ko naman na bet nyo talaga yung mga pa-lecture ko na vlog, yung parang ganito lang, hindi yung mga galaan. May na-save na akong a few, intros para ma-explain sa inyo best kung ano ba yung civil partnership. For sure, mababasa nyo din naman ito online, but for the sake of completing the vlog, giving you enough information para ma-understand nyo, I made a few notes. Yung sa last vlog ko, diba, I shared na yung dad ng partner ko, yung nakapag-research, pwede pala ma-bypass yung 12 months living together, not only by getting married, but also, registering the relationship. So, both my partner and I, same kami ng stand na we're not getting married for the visa, and it has to be something special, and it has to be for the right, the best reason, So, we found out through his dad na pwede palang mag-register ng relationship. So, civil partnership is different from marriage. So, hindi siya under the Marriage Act ng 1961. So, magkaiba yung Civil Partnerships Act sa Marriage Act. So, hindi lahat ng, pag-recognized ka as, you're both married, magkaiba siya sa partnership. So, I think, yung partnerships is, aside sa visa applications, ito yung if ever you want your partner to be under your superannuation and, tax purposes, hindi siya under the Marriage Act. So, kung si marriage is to recognize that you are both married to each other, si partnership naman, this is a proof na your relationship exists. So, you now have like an emergency contact din. So, it's more of recognition of the relationship. It proves na existing yung relationship niyo. So, hindi lahat ng states nire-recognize yung civil partnership. So, first siguro is pwede nyo i-research if sa state nyo is nire-recognize ba yung civil partnership. But sa Queensland, yes, nire-recognize siya. So, by doing this, you can either have a ceremony or you can just register a relationship without a ceremony. Of course, mas malaki yung babayaran nyo if you want to have a ceremony. But in our case, personal kaming pumunta doon but hindi na kami nag-ceremony. And also, I think pag nag-ceremony kayo, parang may witnesses. I'm not sure kasi hindi ko na ni-research yun kasi wala naman kami talagang plano magpa-ceremony. So, we're really saving it for, something special if we ever get married, For the documents lang talaga yung ginawa naming steps. Hindi din siya madali kasi I remember mga around first week of July, kami nag-apply online na gusto naming i-register yung relationship namin. But, hindi siya agad-agad available. Yung may date siya and punuan. Like, yung appointment date namin is mga around July 30 na ata. Basta malayo pa siya. Which was okay because nagkaroon kami ng time to prepare the documents. Kasi you're not just going there to register your relationship straight away. Of course, may mga proof of ID, proof of address, yung mga requirements din na kailangan nilang matanggap from you or kailangan mong mabigay to them to prove na your relationship really exists. Kaya, nire-register nyo. So, everything, lahat ng steps, may requirements. As much as gusto naming ma-register yung relationship agad-agad kasi time's running out, naging okay din naman yung labas because we were able to really prepare the documents without rushing. So, and also, let's say, July 30 kami pumunta doon, July 30 yung appointment namin, hindi agad-agad July 30 na-register yung relationship kasi may tinatawag silang 10 days na cooling off period. I think from that 10 days, chine-check nila yung documents na sinubmit nyo, if walang problema, kasi within that 10 days, yung sabi ng officer na tumanggap ng application namin was, pag may problem sila nakita or pag nakukulangan sila ng requirements or, you know, proof, within that 10 days, tatawag sila. So far, wala naman kaming natanggap na tawag. So, after 10 days, dun pa lang ma-register yung relationship nyo. So, yung certificate na natanggap namin, ano na siya, mga August na yung relationship registered on. Official registration date ng relationship namin, August na. Check natin yung pricing because yung no ceremony, mga around, ano lang ata yun last year, 215, 230 plus may isang certificate. Tas yung obviously, mas mahal pag may ceremony, mga around there. But check natin ngayon. So, magkano na ba? So, as of the new financial year, yung cost na ng Brisbane Registry Declaration Ceremony is from $397. Oh my gosh, ang mahal. Commemorative Civil Partnership Certificate Package, nasa $73. Official Civil Partnership Certificate with standard postage included is $56.26. Ang mahal. Nung sa amin, walang ceremony, mga 200 plus lang yung nabayaran namin. At that time, mahal na din siya for us to register our relationship. $213 yung nabayaran namin. So, tumataas talaga siya every new financial year. You can also terminate din pala your civil partnership registration. So, it's either, of course, death of a partner, automatically makakancel or mataterminate yung civil partnership ninyo. Pag nagpakasal kayo, kasi diba magkaiba sila sa Civil Partnership Act and Marriage Act. So, if you get married, so if magpapakasal kami, automatically mawawalang visa na yung civil partnership kasi mag-move kami into the marriage. We're already going to be under the Marriage Act. And of course, by application, for whatever reason, like hindi na nag-work out yung relationship nyo and you want to get rid of each other sa buhay. Also, kung ayaw nyo ng ceremony, pwede nyo lang i-post yung application nyo along with your documents, your requirements, no? Yung mga hinihinging proof. Sa amin kasi, just for, to experience everything, talagang pumunta kami personally. Kasi mga 30 minutes away lang naman by train. I-deliver na lang yung certificate pag na-register sa bahay namin. So, naghintay na lang din kami ng delivery after. You can either punta physically in person or you can post. Kasi may friend din ako na sinend na lang nila by mail yung application nila and it worked out well naman. And so far, pag complete lang talaga yung mga sinasubmit mo na requirements, walang magiging problema. So, before you start, make sure na of course you have proof of IDs, evidence din. Dito sinabi one partner lives in Queensland kasi pwede namang yung partner mo is currently overseas, yung magla-lodge for, yung partner is nasa offshore pa or wala pa dito sa Australia. But sa case namin, since living together na kami, nag-provide kami ng proof of address na we both live in one address and proof of IDs. Also, I remember, kasi diba, obviously, number one na hihingin na requirements anywhere is yung birth certificate. So, sa Philippines kasi, English na yung birth certificate natin, diba? Wala na tayong problema. Sa partner ko, he was born in, Germany. So, yung birth certificate niya, tas baptismal niya certificate is German. So, hindi mo siya pwedeng isubmit ng hindi English sa immigration question or any requirements dito sa Australia. So, ginawa namin is, pina-translate namin siya to English. Certified na translator, yung tawag is NAATI. So, yun yung National Accreditation Authority for Translators and Interpreters. So, NAATI. Yan. So, dun namin siya pina-translate. So, certified yan. Certified NAATI translator. So, if you search online, marami namang services na mga certified translators na NAATI. So, make sure that's NAATI na certified translators. Bayad namin mga 100 plus ata for the service. Ito, mga passport. So, Philippine passport, Australian passport, driver's license. Sa akin, hindi ko pa kasi pinapa-convert yung driver's license ko to Australian kasi pwede mong gamitin yung Philippine driver's license mo until ma-permanent resident ka. So, plano ko, ipapa-convert ko na lang siya pag na-PR na ako soon. So, yung ginawa ko, instead of driver's license, yung adult proof of age card, yung red card na makukuha natin through TMR. So, yun yung sinubmit ko. Student ID, student pa ako before. So, mga student ID, mga disability card, yung yellow tsaka blue card. Yes, sinabit ko din yun. So, ginawa namin is pina-photocopy namin So, para sure, I think tigda-dalawang copies. Tapos, hindi mo siya pwedeng isubmit nang hindi mo siya pinapa-certify. Kailangan ipapa-certify mo yung mga photocopies mo. Kasi if it's not certified, hindi siya tatanggapin. So, ano ba yung certified na sinasabi ko? So, to prove na totoo yung mga IDs na pinotocopy namin, meron dapat tao na mag-prove na nakita nila yung physical card, tas nakikita din nila yung photocopy. Pumunta kami sa Justice of the Peace, yung JP service. So, authorized to perform range of legal and administrative functions. So, yung magpapa-certified true copy ka. They just need to see yung physical card tsaka yung photocopy na pareho na tama. And then, sinasign free lang yung service. Mahaba din yung pila. So, check na lang JP near you kung saan pwede magpa-certify. Aside from, the volunteers, may mga professionals din na pwedeng mag-certify ng documents nyo. So, you can also go to a police station. Yung mga police officers, pwede silang mag-certify for you for legal and justice na mga documents, ha? So, notary public, mga lawyers, solicitor, barrister, pwede sila, commissioner of declarations, and justice of the peace. So, pumunta kami sa justice of the peace kasi malapit lang siya sa bahay namin and free na siya. Actually, if you research, depende sa documents nyo, like for medical and health na documents, so obviously mga doctors, mga GP, dentist, pharmacist, mga registered nurses, yan, pwede silang mag-certify ng mga documents. So yeah, we made sure na complete yung requirements bago kami pumunta. Hindi naging complicated yung labas. And ako kasi yung type ng tao na ayokong rushed, ayokong parang minamadali lahat ng Kasi tendency dun is may mga mali, may mga kulang. So, gusto ko talaga yung planadong-planado yung steps, yung paggawa ng isang bagay para sure na walang ma-miss out na requirement or paghahanda. So yeah, that's how we registered our relationship. So, ginawa ko siyang separate video kasi pag kinonect ko siya leading to how we lodged our partner visa application, I think magiging mahaba siya and maraming questions and marami akong ma-miss out na part. And you know me, wala akong script, diba? So, parang kung ano lang yung maaalala ko now, yun lang din yung masasabi ko sa vlog. So, if ever you have questions po, please feel free to comment down below kung ano yung mga tanong nyo, tas i-try ko siyang i-answer. So, yeah. So, yun yung una naming ginawa. Yung second naming ginawa is nag-create kami ng joint account sa bank. As kasi, we live together, pero yung money niya is nasa personal bank account niya. Yung money ko is nasa bank account ko din. We shared, but wala kaming joint. So, kailangan pala na may joint account account kayo to prove na you're sharing things, you're sharing bills. So, dito kasi kung may IDs ka lang, dire-diretso na, mostly online lang din yung application. Walang naging problema. Pwede nga sa app eh. Dito, I find it easier to do things here, to be honest. Well, siguro it's Australia and hindi naman natin mako-compare yung first world country process sa third world, diba? So, from then, para yun lang yung bank statement na isa-submit namin. Pagka-create namin ng joint account, dun na kami nag-transact ng mga shared namin. Like, before, we were renting, diba? Nag-rent kami. So, dun na namin pinapakita kung ano yung mga sinishare namin. So, from our personal account, nagta-transfer kami ng money through our joint para dun kunin yung rent, dun kunin yung food, dun kunin yung fuel, everything na i-share namin, even our travels. So, my personal savings kami, but in terms of our activities, everything we share, dun namin na ginagawa sa joint account namin para pagka-print namin ng bank statement is makita talaga ng immigration na we are sharing financially. Sa amin din is, aside from the bills na pinuput up namin doon, may certain amount din kami na nilalagay doon, like our savings, our budget. So, this amount per fortnight, ito yung ilalagay namin. Although student pa ako noon, parang it was more of him giving more kasi he's working full-time and ako student pa lang. So, yung napag-agreehan namin before, okay, until you can work full-time, o ito lang yung bigay mo, okay lang din naman kasi we don't really spend much unless we're going to travel and hindi kami ma-eat out na couple. But if ako yung napapagod na magluto, always na lang ako nasa kitchen, so mag-eat out tayo. So, may budget din kami for that. And nakikita yon sa transactions, no? Sa bank statement na print namin na, they're also going out, they also have days, and ganyan. Every action from that time na nag-create kami or, nagplano kaming mag-partner visa, every action, dino-document. So, yeah, yun. Yun yung dalawang unang ginawa namin leading towards, lodging our partner visa application. So, yeah. In the next video is, yung paano ko fill out yung application. Ano yung mga prepare niya, ano yung mga prepare ko, at paano ko siya in-attach sa application namin. So, it's actually mahaba. Yeah, hopefully makaya ko. I'm gonna sit down. Dapat nasa harap ko yung IMI account ko para wala akong ma-miss out. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you on the next vlog. Thank you for watching!